Hello. Let me bring this in a little bit so I don't have to go out of the picture. Hello, hello. Stream is slowly starting up. I'm looking for my glove, my drawing glove. Hello, Mr. Matze Bob. Hello, hello, hello. Let us, maybe we don't need 600, 300. Just a little bit of warming up, sketching. Just chill, just chill. I wanna wait a little bit. We have the competition, well, mini contest that I had with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're gonna look into that in a minute. But before that, we're just gonna warm up a little bit. Hope everybody is having a good week. As you can see, I have the lights on, shining on me. Shows us that sadly, we are closer to the end of summer, at least on this side of the equator. If you guys are from different places, I imagine it would be different for you. Let us do a quick, shall we do a car sketch? Ship, I don't like ships. Ship, let's do a ship warm-up sketch. Just because I usually don't do those. Should be interesting. There we go. Are we gonna get some farming vehicle race cars today? A harvester, hypercar, a tractor Formula One? We probably will not. I do not think we will do that. But what we are going to do is I'm going to save image as and work. Where's my videos? And ship ref, and then what I can do, I can load this. Oh, not yet. Haha, not yet. Wait for it. I have an example images here. Browse. I think work. Alright. I don't know where it is. Okay, let's not do that then. Hey, Russian looking name. Andrew Maxim. Robert, is it okay we give shoutouts to some awesome small art channels? I mean, I would love that, but I don't think you can't link. So if you write in the name, please absolutely do that. Bring the turtles. I will bring the turtles in a moment. I just want to turtle van. I want to wait just a little bit to make sure that people are here. And in the meantime, we can draw maybe a turtle van. Let me look at it. So yeah, we're just waiting a little bit, drawing a quick turtle van while we wait for a couple of more people to join, and then we will bring out the turtle sketches. I'm really hyped to draw, man. Your challenge really kicked me willing to draw again. I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy to hear that. Honestly, for me, the fountain pen has been doing it. That's just like, it's really, I'm like a kid. Like many times I just wanna sit there and sketch something out in red pencil and then go over it with my fountain pens. Lucid Hendrix, I think I'm gonna read that. I'm practicing drawing some noses right now. Hey, noses are fun. Hey, Alien, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I don't know what kind of car that I always thought this would be a Volkswagen bus type of vehicle, but apparently it's not. And we're going to try to draw this without moving the camera too much because I love to rotate. the camera. That's just how I roll. But we're just gonna do very quick one of this one. And we're gonna try to not rotate the camera that much. So how is everyone before we get into... I hope more of you guys and gals watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the new one. I know Manuel said that he went out and he really got into drawing with it. It's so, I really enjoy the fact that they really behaved like teenagers. So yeah, man, once again, go out there and have some fun with it. Watch it. Exactly that. I'm feeling like a kid drawing again. I enjoyed it so much this time. Something grew on me. Well, watch. Maybe you need to go to a doctor with that, man. You don't want to have weird growth on you. It's not at your age. You're getting into that age where you have to check out these sort of growths, you know. It's no joke. No joke. Okay, so we had. I think I can sort of stop it here because we sort of get the feeling. Maybe we can continue it, but this was sort of an okay warm-up. Recently I was having migraines and dry eyes where I live. The weather is getting close to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's, for us Europeans, 110 Fahrenheit to Celsius, let's see, 43, Jesus, Lord mercy. Yeah, no, that is no bueno. We do not do that. Ugh. Good luck, man, with that. Like, that sucks. I would not want to participate in that. Okay, so here we are. Here are the really, really fun entries for our little challenge over at the Discord. And let's start with Manuel, since he is here and he might need to run to one of his meetings. So he had a really fun idea for his scooter. And since they are teenagers, he went with what do teenagers use? Fun little scooters. I think they are called scooters, right? So yeah, and he just went off-road because they have to use them in the sewage and everywhere. Of course, it has an optional shell cover for protection. Do not press button. So Manuel really had fun with this, and I really like the face as well. Like, you did a really nice job here, man. This is really cool. And actually, I like your brush. Very gritty, nice stuff. Critique wise, yeah, I'm not gonna. There's not much to critique. It's just really fun. Like, if I would want to critique, let's do a copy. But this is really just nitpicking. This is not. I feel like that file is too big, Manuel. I'm gonna do this. Just because it's a bit too big there. So the only thing that I would critique here, let me come back here, is that in this drawing, this is straight. So what you drew here, let me draw it. So you sort of had this sort of situation that you drew in the beginning. And this, like, you can see that this would be the axis where you have the handlebar and the rotation of the handlebar. I would expect this to be parallel if you want to keep this. Otherwise, right here, you would have a little bit of this situation. So it's just a little bit slanted, which is absolutely fine if that's what you're going for. It's just, there's a little bit of confusion because this communicates one thing and this communicates a slightly different thing. See what I mean? So why do you keep on doing this? Just switch between the two. Okay. So that's what I mean by that little thing. Other than that, I really have no issues. And see, like this is the fun thing when you're drawing and when you're thinking, and Manu was thinking that when you're rotating this handlebar, so I'm gonna rotate it that way, he also rotated these two lights. So basically wherever you're turning, your lights are going to point that way. And I know this, like we know that this is how it works, but when we draw stuff, it happens that we forget these things. So it's very, very cool to see that he kept this in mind. So yeah, very, very fun, electric, fun thing for the turtles. I would have liked to see like what if you would have wanted to go a little bit extra. You could have done, because I see that you attached, so it looks like you can sort of fold it down like that. Would be cool to see if there is some sort of mechanism so they can wear it on their shells, you know, so some sort of, how would they wear it if they need to quickly put it somewhere so they don't abandon it. So that could have been an extra thing. Other than that, very fun. And then we take a quick break and I drink a little bit of water. Let's see, did we have some questions? Squirrels are sneaky. Hey, Squirrels are sneaky is here. You didn't miss anything, my friend. Not yet. At 110 Robert slips into OF on YouTube. I would go half naked, that's for sure. It has been relatively pleasant lately. I didn't have to go naked. All right, Manu also saw the issue there himself. Let's jump over Bogdan, because also for anybody, if you want to check out Manuel's other stuff, here is his Instagram. And since we saw Mr. Squirrels are sneaky, I'm pretty sure he is at Ergonaut on Instagram, and he did this very cool little sketch as well. It's a much more sophisticated turtle mobile that he has here. Oh wow, I did the thing again, didn't I? Window maximize. Window. Bro, come on, don't be Control C and Control V. Ah, there we go. So we take away Manu's drawing, bring this up here, and let's give just some minimal feedbacks here. So the one thing that I like to go in with these things is always, let's bring down the opacity a little. Oh, wrong one. Let's bring down the opacity a little bit. And something that we all struggle with, me including, is the ellipsis and the spacing and shape. So if we look at Mr. Squirrel's shape here, we have this box here, like it sort of fits into this box, which means if we have an axis here, and if we put something that is at 90 degrees, I think this is at 90 degrees, then you would have to sort of make sure that your wheel fits there. So this would be something that just fits better into the perspective. So if I bring it back here, which means that your wheel would have looked a little bit more like this. And this, I would say, this is the only real problem that I notice here. It happens on both the front end and the back tire. So this is something that's worth watching out for. Like what I do usually here is I just try to construct squares just to control myself, and then I know that my wheels have to come in here, and of course the axis will not necessarily be at the center of them, but somewhere in that area, and then I know, okay, so then I have to put somehow an ellipse in here and in here as well. And what you can do is you can see what I do actually is I hover. So I do this, I just hover in the air, I don't put down, and I do it here, and I see, okay, so I cross somewhere there, I cross somewhere here, and I cross somewhere here, and I cross somewhere there. And then I sort of try to fit my ellipse in there. So that is a pretty easy method to do it for people in general. But other than that, I really like this design. So this is definitely a Leonardo or Donatello, sorry, who's a bit more sophisticated, and he came up with a really more advanced sort of turtle mobile. And also like this, that it's like totally shelled up, and if anything is attacking, it will probably just bounce off, even if they shoot them. So I think it's a very fun design. And also like just the shape, if we look at it from the front, you would have this sort of, right, something like this, and then you would have the shell there. So I think this is a very fun design. Even this, I didn't even notice, even there's this little thing, opens up and closes when it goes into battle mode. So very fun design. Really nice job, Mr. Squirrel. Okay, Bogdan is here, then we can return. Bogdan, what is your, can you add your Instagram? So once again, this is Ergonaut. Check out Ergonaut on Instagram. And then we return to Bogdan, who didn't share his Instagram, and I couldn't find him because I was looking for Bogdan's, but there were too many Bogdans and I didn't find the right one for some reason. So Bogdan's idea was to have a mini jet engine that they can carry around and just attach it to all sorts of things, which I think is very fun and a really nice idea. So he also experimented quite a bit, which is very nice. And let me copy this one actually. Actually, let me copy both. And this one as well. There we go. Okay, so now we have both drawings here. Let's take a look at his sketches. Thanks, man. I appreciate the feedback. Was trying to scribble the wheels on last minute to make the deadline. Okay, very good. Yeah, I mean, I know you know the basics here, but it's also good to point out for people who are just watching. But yeah, once again, I really like the design. Okay, so this is what I usually like to see most when I'm looking at concept stuff like this. Your ideas, to see where you come from, how you ideated, where you went. So this is all good stuff. I would like to see also if we look at the final one. So I like the basic ideas. What you can do, Bogdan, is you could take this and explore it a little bit even further, right? So you have your jet engine. So this is your jet engine, and you have your handle here. What is in the jet engine? Where does it take fuel from? So you could have compartments. So of course, jet engine pushes the air through it, right? And we have the propellers. And then you could have added maybe some circular intake where you could have some fuel around there, right? So if we just do a side cut like this, you would have the turbine itself, the engine part, and then back here we could have, like, this area would have been for the actual fuel, and then you can add the fuel cap there. And then you can add the handle here, and you can go a little bit further as well, right? So how thick is the wall of this jet engine? This would be the thickness. How do you attach this? So you can have an idea there. So if you come back to your drawing, like, you can think a little bit more. Do I make this thicker, or maybe I go a different way and I add an extra, excuse me, little piggy I am. So you can add an extra thing here, or maybe this can be also attached with latches, so you can take it off. You can think of something, maybe you don't want it to be in the way. So if we look at it from here, the handle could be on the hinge, and then you could like turn it off, so like it could go to the side so it's not in the way. So there's a lot of ideation and fun you can do. Also, cloths for attaching on any skateboard or longboard. So this is also a good idea. What I like to do is I also take a look at what sort of mechanisms there are. So if we look at technical thingies, there are claws that look a little bit like this, and then they are on a sort of railing, and then this you can push in and pull out as well to make it clip onto something. So yeah, right now, watch out for these. You know I like the draw throughs. I like to see you draw through to see those. And then here as well, like these could also be expandable. So there's a lot of little things that you can think of, which of course it depends on time, and I understand a lot of things can come up, but it's just fun to think about things like this. So it's nice to see that oh, where are we here? It's nice to see that you had these things. Oh, how do I hold on? So I really like to see that you went from 2 on the 2 sides, 1 there, and then you also like this is very cool. So this is what I really like to see. These are the most fun kind of drawings that I like to see. And then a little bit on the ellipses for you as well. So it looks like your ellipse is on this surface, and the rest of the rocket is there. So you have this sort of thing. Just because if you follow this axis that you set up for yourself, and then we put, this is always the short axis, which is always by name shorter than the major, so minor and major axis, right? So your ellipse should be something like this, and this would have been then your engine. Let me see if I bring this down a little bit. Yeah, so this, oh, wrong layer. So this would have been, let me erase it a little bit. And if you follow this and then add in the turbine there, this already fits better, and it also fits better with this because, as I said, right now, so you have a surface that goes here, and that goes along with this tube. But then this is on a completely different surface. So yeah, exactly, ellipses are hard. The claws were the hardest for me. I mean, I'm surprised by that because you had a whole bunch of very cool ideas here. So I think all of these are fun. But what usually, so what I do is workbench. So this is where my English also breaks down a little bit. Claw, let's just try claw. But you get a whole bunch of things like this. Let's go to images. And clamp, I think it's clamp, right? That's the correct word. Yeah, so you have a whole bunch of clamps here that you can take inspiration from these. So for example, these are good. Let me see if we find. These are good as well, the wood clamps, but we want something simpler as well. Like I like these as well. So you can take, let me take one wooden, does this, I think it is wooden clamp. Well, I don't want wooden clamp. Or, clamp for woodworking maybe. And we need look for C clamp. Ah, that's it. Yeah. So this is why also people say it's not all about drawing. You also have to build up this visual library, because of course I don't know by head what these things are called, and I have to look these up as well. C-clamp, there we go. Yeah. So you could have more automated, but like you can take the simplest one, right? So let's take this one. If we go back to drawing here, so for these, you could just have these clamps, and you can also, so what I have for my camera, I have clamps where there is like sort of a little elastic area in there, and then I duplicate this, and then you just repeat this on the other side. Just make sure to make it a little bit thinner, not as thick as I did. And then of course now you can play, you can add this extra rubbery part. I know I'm going way too much into detail here, and this was not the meaning of the competition, but I just want to give an example. So you can, like this is something that should make your life already a little bit easier, because you have so many examples in real life, and then it just looks a little bit better. Like this is already, this already, the idea is explained. So from here on, you can detail as much as you want. So you did a good job with explaining what you want. But I'm just showing you, it is not hard to just take a couple of extra steps later on after this step and make it look a bit more realistic. But yeah, once again, I love the perspective on this one. So nice job there. Yeah, one one more ellipse. So these are all, I like this, I like this, I like this, and then here you're losing me a little bit. So I would have paid a little bit extra attention there. Inspired Life, always love your sketch sessions. Fun to see through the process. Thank you, man. It's I enjoy these ones where we can take a look at how people approach their specific drawings. Okay, let's take a look then at the last one. Oh, also Bogdan, please, because I don't know if you did an @ with your name, so people can check out your Instagram if you want to, of course. So this was Bogdan. And then last but not least, we have Alinor Baksh, if I butchered that name. And Aline, I'm just gonna do Alino. I'm gonna call it Alino. I think that's a cool name. And they did this really fun turtle, like fast rally type based on a turtle shell. It has a couple of cool elements. It looks DIY, which I love. And I think they do have sort of a, at least it shows that they drew cars before, or they were inspired by well, car drawing, automotive drawing, because there is a lot of that in here. Let's take this one. Not a lot of feedback I can give here. But like the only feedback I would maybe try and give, like if I'm going by the wheels and by this, I was thinking maybe you would need to see the front wheel here, but now actually as I reconstruct it, you don't need to see that. So yeah, I don't see any problems there. And the wheels, so the wheels are fun. One thing that I would watch out for a little bit, if you use these drawings as well, then I have the expectations of the profile of the wheels to be a bit like this. But from here, the profile seems to be more like this. So just watch out for when you leave these kind of drawings there. I mean, I understand this is probably the same situation as with Bogdan, where he was just experimenting, and you probably were experimenting as well, not necessarily based on that, but it is. So here, yeah, let me take things away. So if I look at this wheel as well, I have this wheel and that wheel, which sort of tells me as well that the profile of the wheel is something like this. Because if I would follow this, and I have the smaller and the bigger, which tells me that the profile of the wheel is like this. If I would look at the wheel like this from this angle, right, it means that this ellipse would not be visible, only this. So I would only see a big ellipse here, and the smaller one would be on the other side and totally not visible. So it is a minor throw off, and it is a nitpick once again, but yeah, you could watch out for things like this. And then some more detailing that I would do. I'm not clear where the entrance is, which would be cool to see that maybe this is a door. I don't see any hinges. I do see like maybe this is a step on. So you would step on here and then get into the car. So that could be something that is, but then it would be nice to just hint at some hinges there. It's always nice to have these breakup elements as well, that gives a little bit of functionality. And as for, like, it would be nice to see, okay, where do they look out of it? But that's not necessary, because you could have hidden cameras anywhere, and then on the inside you just have your screens that show you what's happening outside. So that would be an extra step. But other than that, yeah, as I said, I really like this one, and you can check out their Instagram under AL1 Norbach. The red washer is the door handle. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so that's fair then. Okay, so see then the confusion. So then something that's a good one. So if that is the door handle, that's fair. But okay, so if this is the door handle, it looks something like this. This reminds me a little bit of a safe's, like a big safe door handle there, where you use two hands for it. So if you have two hands and you open this with two hands, my expectation would be that the turtle is around this size, right? This is the best turtle drawing you've ever seen, guys. Okay, so this is our turtle. Actually, that thing is a bit smaller. So turtle is, let's say, is that size. So then that is quite a big truck, which is still fine. That could be the intention. But then what is a little bit throwing me off is this thing here, because if this is the size of our turtle, then a step-up thing I would expect to not be this thick. I would expect it to be quite a bit thinner. Like maybe you could flatten it, and this would be something like a step-up thing. So it's like you have to watch out, because if this is the step-up thing, then my expectation is that a foot would be something like this big. Like we can go even smaller, maybe like this, but then just imagine that metal bar there is quite heavy. So if this is our turtle, fine, but then if we then look at him, then that one means that if the turtle's hands, let me put in just a little bit more effort into the turtle's hands. They have only two fingers. Okay, so this is the turtle's hand. And then why do you, so if, I just imagine if you have a race car, you would need a simpler way of getting in than having this thing that you have to rotate with one hand. I thought about it, going through New York and smashing cars because it's big. I mean, the size is fine. So that's what I'm saying. The size, I'm fine if, okay, here. So I think it's totally fine if this is your turtle and that's the big size. And I think that's very cool that having a big vehicle like this. And then we can make him bigger as well, doesn't matter. It's just then, yeah, watch out with this one because this can throw off. Like, you know what would be the problem with this? Because if you would add like a, okay, let's take a break because the computer starts screeching here. Turtle Lunar Rover for battling space ninjas. It's a really cool lunar rover, yeah. What apps is everybody using to create their sketches? Just curious. Photoshop, Procreate, I guess the most used ones. And Clip Studio Paint as well, apparently. Okay, so this is our turtle. Quite a nice big car, so I think that's cool. And what I wanted to say, imagine if you would put a rear view mirror with this size. So if this would be our rear view mirror, this would throw you off a little bit because your expectation is that, oh, if that's the rear view mirror, then our guy who is driving is this big. So then how big is the car? So that's what's happening in my head when I see this. And because like, oh, that's quite big. So I usually expect then a shoe would be something this big. So that's where the size of this and the size of that are clashing a little bit. So if you watch out for that in the future, I think we're gonna be golden, because once again, like with all of these, I only had to go into nitpicking because I think you guys did really, really nice jobs here. So nice job, Alien. Sketchbook, Procreate. There you go. All right. So I can check back here. Let's see if we have anything more. No, we do not. So this was a very fun challenge. Oh yeah, and if you guys want to see, I just did a couple of throw these into 3D for my sketch, just to give a little bit of extra pep to my design as well. And that was it. Thank you guys for joining in this fun little challenge, and I hope you will go out and watch the movie, because it is a lot of fun, as Manuel can attest to it as well. Oh, I wanted to not rotate this. Also, today we went and watched Blue Beetle, and I can safely tell you guys that it's okay to skip. I did not enjoy it that much at all. I'm gonna noodle on this one just a little bit longer. Feel free to throw any questions into the chat. I'll gladly try and answer stuff that I know how to answer. Obviously, if I don't know how to answer it, I will not be able to answer it. But yeah, go out, watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, because it will bring joy onto your faces and into your hearts as well. It will be an all-around good time. Okay, so there would be a driver on. Which side would be the driver on, actually? That side. Sometimes I forget. Okay, Bogdan has a question, but Inspired was a little bit faster. Any suggestion on how to inspire high school CAD and architecture students to sketch, ideate before they go straight to the computer and design? I mean, what works best for me is... Oh, hello. is to not sketch and ideate and then see how much longer it takes me to 3D model something. Come on, bro. Just a second, because this is... Oh, okay, for some reason my pen died. Ooh, this is a fun drawing stream. Okay, anyways, let me just answer in the meantime. So, because sometimes I'm also like, oh, let me just quickly go into 3D and model something, and then I keep on noodling around because I don't have something that I follow, because I'm just noodling around. And it is so much faster to quickly scribble and noodle around with a pen on paper or pencil on paper, and then you arrive to something, oh, I actually like this, then you take that as a reference and put it into your 3D whatever app you're using. And then you're just gonna be much faster because you know exactly what you're following. That's why I have also a lot of 3D artists reaching out to me like, oh, hey, can I model what you drew? Is because it makes it easier for them as well to just work on a template already. So I think I would set up sort of a class, or in one of the classes I would set up a challenge where you have 1 hour to doodle something only in CAD, and then you have another hour where you break it up, and then you have like 10 minutes of sketching, and then the rest you doodle. And I'm pretty sure, well, not 100%, let's say 90% sure, that the students are gonna have much better results if they do a little bit of pre-sketching and then follow that. Even if they deviate away from their original sketch, at least they will have a basis to build on. So that's my idea on that. I miss sketching part of assignment. As for whoever many sketches concepts first, so that they are forced to practice that skill. Oh yeah, but I want them to see the value. I want them to see how much slower one is than the other. I think that will happen. Bogdan, when is the next challenge? Well, here's the thing. Oh, we're back. Yay, we're back. I will be gone without Monday videos for a while. I have a job. I will be in Poland next week. And then after that, I'm doing my yearly vacationing in Greece. I didn't want to do this. Sorry, guys. And I will probably be streaming from there, but not really doing video stuff. So we might do some more challenges. But yeah, it's gonna be a month of me taking it a little bit more easy, so there's that. But I mean, as last time with Manu as well, he helped you guys out a lot. Feel free to just throw in an idea for a challenge, and if I have the time also, I'll gladly put together a deadline and something for it, and also put some more rules on it that we can follow. So that's why we have the Discord. It's more of a community thing. Just because I'm old man Robert and I'm not very good at being always present in the Discord. So feel free to just throw in your own ideas, and I'll try and help out if I can. And I'll definitely try and participate as well if I have the time and whatnot. Hubert, where in Poland you will be? And hello everyone. Hey Hubert. Let me tell you. I don't know yet. Give me a second. College of Extra. So I am going to this event. Let me bring it over here. In Krycko Castle, Poland is where I will be. So it's an experience design thing for a whole week, and I will be at this place. Don't know, because we were at a different castle before, and this is the new castle, so I'm also still getting used to the place. Oh wait, wrong. There we go. But yeah, so as I said, just throw some ideas into the challenge on Discord as well, the challenge channel, because I'm sure that everybody likes participating in them if there's something that speaks to you. So of course there's plenty challenges that I'm just not doing because I'm not a character artist or I'm not background slash environment artist, so I will probably not participate in those. But if I see something that is more product or prop design related, then I gladly jump into those as well. So I'm sure there's people like that who, if they see something that they like, they'll jump on it. Alright. Was there anything else? Yeah, what are these? There's like weapons on this that are pointing somewhere, and I don't know where or why. But they are pointing, alright. Something like that. Okay. Yeah, feel free to throw more stuff into the chat. We have about 10 minutes left, so I'll gladly answer questions, or we can also just do a sketch something silly. I'm up for anything before we call it a night. It is a bit sad that it's already dark. I got so used to the summer. At 10 o'clock in the evening, it's still light out there. I mean, one of these days I was just sitting on the couch and sketching in my sketchbook, and it started getting dark, and I was like, oh, it's that time already. It's the time of getting dark, and I can't sketch anymore. A transformer of that van. Throwing this here as Robert asked for it. What are you throwing, Matza? Transformer of this van. I mean, that's a bit cheating. Well, I mean, I just cheat. So I would take this, open up that maybe. We're doing a very quick transformer of this one. Manuel, countries far from the equator privilege here. I get happy if it gets dark a few minutes past 6. Yeah, I know. I don't know where I was on vacation, but it was quite amazing that it got dark exactly at around 6. I think it was close to the equator, somewhere in Asia I was. And it got dark at the same time every day. That was also pretty cool. But then also, like, after 6, it helps with, you know what, just chill. It's dark now, you go home and chill. So that helps with a calm lifestyle, it seems to me. Okay. So these would be the wheels. Then we would have the typical transformer crotch. Then we would have the legs. And then some sort of thicker lower legs, which could be like the back part of the van, of course. And I'm old school transformer, so don't expect too much from me. Actually, I don't like these glasses. We're gonna switch this up a little bit. Let's see if we can come up with something better. Do you have a favorite product sketch that you have done? Not really. I mean, I have some that that looks okay, but I very quickly don't like my drawings. Like after I draw them, I just become not the biggest fan of them. But I do have, so what I like usually if I start traditionally, and I have a backpack that I started traditionally, and then I sketched in a sketchbook, took a picture of it, and just went over digitally. And I think that was relatively cool. Alien Robert, I struggled in a couple areas for this challenge, and if it's okay to ask, I didn't know if it's okay to have too busy of a drawing because my line work isn't that consistent as I wanted to. They say you should have a focal point, and the focal point should have contrast with other passive areas in terms of detail. Yeah, that is correct. So here, let's just do this. Let's take my favorite, Sparth, Nicolas Bouvier. So he does line work and he does other stuff as well, but just to point out what we're talking about. Copy images, you have other stuff. I want the spaceship because his... Oh, here he has a bunch of spaceships. Perfect. Copy image, paste. So let's take a look at his stuff and read it up. So if we take a look just at this big spaceship already, let me outline it. Okay. Come on, give us the break. Oh. So if we look at this, like this is the busy area here. Busy, busy, busy. Busy, 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 a little bit of busyness there, some there, and then here on the top a little bit. And then he has some elements of detail here and here in the front. And then all of this is relatively, actually let me change colors. So all of this blue, well, this is still busy, but all of this area is relatively calm. Also, let's take a look at this one here. Like this is even better because you can see all the busyness is here with the engines, here at the center, here, and then here a little bit in the front. But then everything else is relatively calm and big empty surfaces. Same here. Like this, yeah, he has a couple of dots here and there, but the busyness is all happening in here in the center. So yes, indeed, it helps a lot if you design like that. So if we take a look at what you have here, I think it's pretty good when it comes to, because this whole area is calm. Let me take this again. So we come here, so for you, the busyness is happening here, right? And here and a bit there. And then this is relatively calm. And then you have a bit busyness with the tires, but it's not so overwhelming. So I think you achieved a pretty good balance there. Okay, what else? Lucid Hendrix. Could we ever ask questions in the Discord like how to draw something or any feedback on a drawing? Is there a specific channel in the Discord? Yes, Manuel answered that one. Hey, Commandant QQ, welcome. But yeah, so this when it comes, so I go against this quite often, just because I have dirtier lines. But in general, this design is not so busy. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll just save this as Livestream 2023. What month do we have now? 08 and 17. Turtle van. There we go. I'll save this. Okay. And then let's take a look at something. Okay, here, this one. Wow, I could have chosen a smaller version of the image as well. Yeah. So if we look at this as well, if we would cut it into pieces, like this is all the busy part here, busy. This is quite busy, and this is also busy. But then I try to counterbalance that by this whole upper part, I leave it relatively simple. So all of this, there is no busyness. So it is better if you have, I would do 1/3, oh sorry, the other way around. So 1/3 busy and 2/3 calm, but this is always up to interpretation and you can play around with it. So here I have pretty much 50-50. So I have so half and half what I have here. But it is up to you how you want to play with this a little bit. Hey Kim, welcome. Robert, you were right. I have to go for more afternoon meetings. So hope you all have a nice evening. Have a good call, man. Clean detail ratio 80-20. Yeah and no. I mean, we can pop back here and I actually think we can see that. Damn, how many of these breaks do I need to take? So if we look at his stuff, it is a bit more than 20, but he sticks close to that 20 ratio. Okay, go away. We're gonna end the stream anyway, so I'm not holding myself necessarily to this. But so in this drawing, we do have like 20, oh, red. So 20, 25 detail, and then 80, 75 chill. This one is a little bit more detail, so this could be 30, 70, this one here. But you can see that he sticks to this rule. Like here's also maybe 35, 65. But here, this one is definitely 2080. So yeah, it is. You can stick to the 2080 or just try to stick as close to it as possible. Where it's gonna be trouble is if you have more detail and less breathing space. There it's gonna be a little bit more problematic. It is something that doesn't come naturally. I recommend you look at other artists, try to see what they do and just adapt it what you do and see how it feels. And many times it's gonna feel weird and awkward, and you will have to get used to it by yourself. And then it's something that you can learn by doing it more and more and just trying it out and seeing how it works for you. Okay, let's finish our quick turtle transformer. And then we just take these two things. I mean, I like drawing transformers like this, but it also kills me a little bit because I don't really think about the actual transformation. I just draw parts of the car and make it look a little bit like a robot. Actually, let's make it look a bit more like a turtle, why not? something like that. It is late for me. Thank you again. See everyone next time. Yeah, that's actually a sort of a good reminder. I'll finish this one up and I will also call it. So yeah, good night, Bogdan. All right, if you have, let's do one more question. If you guys have questions, I'll finish up this thing here and I'll also hit the finishing button. But yeah, while we're still here, feel free to throw out more questions, or at least one more, and I'll try and do that. Man, I've lately been mostly drawing traditionally. I almost forgot how digital drawing works. I can sketch buildings. I really need to try sketching different subjects. Yeah, I mean, we all have our comfort zone drawings, right? It's always good to sketch outside of your comfort zone. So I think, let me see. So where is my scans? Yeah, so you can sort of see here that I try to vary. I have a human face there, then I have fishies there. I did some studies, comfort, but here again, some human faces. So I always try to do something that I'm not comfortable with, just to shake myself out a little bit. How is my urban sketching going? I haven't done it lately that much, but it's always fun. I mean, with urban sketching, I'm not trying to do fun drawings. Oh, music is gone. Not fun drawings. I'm not trying to live up to a standard or anything. Urban sketching is just me going out, seeing somewhere and drawing what I like. It's really like just having a fun study and that's it. If it's good, it's good, but usually it's not something that I'm usually super happy with. It's just like, oh, okay, I tried. The one eye is my comfort. One eye? Don't draw one eye. I always try to tell people, don't do that. I see this is something that kills me. If you look on YouTube and like, oh, how to draw an eye, and then ooh, and then draw a nice eye, and then with things, and you do that, and then add the thing. Like, yeah, but what do you learn from this? I mean, if you just want to draw for the fun of it, and this is something that you just want to do as something that's not inspirational but meditational, and this calms you down, yeah, sure, go for it. Draw as many one eyes as you want. But it's not something that you're gonna get better from drawing one single piece of eye, right? It's just not. So no, if you wanna learn how to draw, it shouldn't be the one eye thing. I'm an architect, but now I'm more interested in product design. As 25-year-old, I don't know, it's too late. I was 26 when I started my master's for industrial design, and I did my mechanical engineering studies from, what was it, 20 to 24. And I did 1 year of just trying to figure out whatever I want to do. So, and I finished when I was 28, I guess? No, 29, because I did it a little bit longer. So, not a problem. Yeah, that should not be a problem for you. You can finish your architecture and then move on if you want to. That is not a worry. All right, ladies and gents, I think we can call it here. And now teach architecture and CAD. I'm with you about product design. It fascinates me. Well, that's the fun thing about product design. You can always get into it, and many facets of other creative / engineering things work into that. But yeah, go ahead, do product design, have a good time, keep on drawing, keep on sketching, and yeah, I will be sort of on and off for the next month. I hope that we catch each other. I'm going to try to do live streams. Not sure I will always be able to announce them, but I'm going to try to announce them ahead of time so you guys know. But either way, hope to see you around. Have a good time, have a great weekend, and keep on sketching. Bye bye.